Adin Ross scammed Blueface. Let's talk about it. What's good, YouTube? Now, I ain't gonna lie, I've been going for a minute, bro. I've been going on this way. I ain't gonna talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But we're back. We're going to be consistent, bro. We're back. Now, I don't know what happened. I did see Blueface. He had a boxing match, and I ain't gonna lie, that nigga lost. That nigga lost. In my opinion, he didn't lose, but the judges said he lost. So, okay, I watched the fight. Remember, I was at work. I ain't gonna lie, it's a little story time, bro. I was at work. I was chilling. I work at Amazon. My department. If you work at Amazon, I work in URS. So it's a pretty self-sufficient location. I ain't gonna lie, like it's pretty. I work it by myself for real. The managers walk the line every 30 minutes to an hour, maybe. So I got my phone right there. I'm sorting the stuff, and I'm listening. I'm watching the fight. And after Blueface, it was a good fight though. I don't think Blueface got his ass whooped, and I don't think the other nigga Chibu that I think Blueface beat, I don't think he got his ass whooped neither. Blueface got his ass. He definitely did get his ass whooped towards the end of the fight though. I ain't gonna lie, I'm keeping mean. But you know how you get a boxing match, have the post game interview. I'm hearing Blueface talk about some. Oh, and Adin is tampering with the bets. I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I don't really watch anything about it now, but according to what I'm seeing right here, he was right. I don't know, but we gonna watch the video though. I don't know what's going on. We gonna watch the video though. We gonna watch the video. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on, bro. Blueface exposed Adin Ross by Novely. I don't know. Is my stream plugged in? It is. Okay, let's see what's happening, bro.
Yeah, Aiden's definitely scamming.
Taking it very seriously because I need to make examples out of people that do this like finesse.
I probably won't get back on brand risk because you tampering with the bets.
I have no control. I have no control over what happened. For you to on and say it's rigged because Aiden had money up and whatnot.
Recently, Blueface and Adin Ross have been going back and forth on the internet, throwing subliminals here and there, but now going on full out calls and streams trying to expose each other because of the results of a brand risk boxing match, with Blueface not getting paid and trying his hardest to expose Adin Ross for apparently rigging the matches, and that being the reason as to why he wasn't getting his money because he's telling the truth, and Adin Ross trying his best to save his reputation and name when it comes to his brand risk boxing event, along with make sure.
I'm gonna keep it a bean though. The brand risk boxing matches, I watch them because it's boxing, you know. I like watching niggas fight, bro. It's entertaining, right? I'm not gonna lie though. I don't know who judges these, but from the atmosphere of the boxing matches, it definitely do seem like it's popularity driven. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I find out in this that maybe Ada shows some proof that, you know, it's actual judges, but from the atmosphere, the commentary, like it do seem like it's very it do seem like the chat and the people got a lot to do with it. During the fight though, because I think some racist beat Super Hot Fire, and Aiden was like, it's not my choice, not my choice. The judges said he won, so maybe Aiden don't got, but it do seem very easily influenced compared to like actual boxing matches in like big stadiums. That me personally though, that's my opinion.
Sure, his sponsor doesn't pull out because they are the reason they're making all of this possible. I don't want to yap too much though, so then we get straight into the video with who even are these people in case you're unaware.
I don't see these clips of Blueface because the guy gets, I don't know how many viewers. I don't. I'm not gonna bag him at all. Even though at one point he did say streamers were corny as now he's doing what he's doing it. He has no choice.
This right here is Adin Ross, a top streamer and an overall most known streamer on Kick. And with that platform that he has been running an event for boxing called Brand Risk, where he partners not only with Kick but also Rainbow.
Yeah, okay, we know this, bro. Come on, let's not gonna lie. Let's get to the, you know what I mean? I'm trying to.
He lost because, I mean, hey, it's boxing. Anybody can lose from time to time.
Yo, chill, bro. Chill, guys. I don't know.
But it's the remarks that he had right after he lost that got the internet shaken up.
And Blue, if you do get back on brand risk, do you want a rematch or who do you want to fight?
I probably won't get back on brand risk because you tampering with the bets.
Never that. Never that. I don't know what he's talking about. Chibu!
Aiden's betting scheme should tell y'all nothing. Nah.
I'll definitely never fight on brand risk again, just based on Adin's business skills. Oh, Adin, my bad, Adin.
During the post-interview after Blueface lost, when Adin Ross came up and asked him, hey, would you ever fight in brand risk again? The response was actually very surprising, saying that he had rigged the fights and made it so that he was going to lose. And it's not like he just said that as a joke or just a one-off. He went and doubled down afterwards when he even sparked up his own stream. Now, this is a very big problem for Adin Ross, because these clips going out are going to bring down the credibility of Adin Ross's brand risk event. Making it seem like any fighter in the future who wants to come on is just going to have a rigged fight, and no matter what they do, how they train, they might end up losing just because Adin Ross doesn't want them to win. And I want y'all to know, these clips are doing pretty crazy on Twitter and TikTok. The ones that I pulled this from had like 500,000 views to 1 million views of Blueface talking bad about the brand risk boxing event, along with the fact that the sponsors aren't going to be happy with this because they are a gambling website. And we're talking about stuff being rigged, not being able to win no matter what. That's going to cause a pretty big problem for Adin Ross and them as well. So obviously, when he finally got back home, he had to address this entire situation as a whole.
Everything is smooth except one thing. One thing. And you guys will hear about it. Some legal, always some legal. Just know I'm not the bad guy. I'm not. Just say it. I even loved how Paul Miller defended me. Like, hates my kind, and he defended me. Yeah, you guys know what it's about. Taking it very seriously because I need to make examples out of people that do this like finesse.
I'm not gonna lie though, this is a little bit off topic, but no, it's still on topic. But I don't like how Adin platform. Personally, okay, I'm not gonna lie. This video might be a little long compared to the way I used to. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna talk. It is what it is, nigga. My channel. I'm gonna do what I want. When I was younger, you know, Adin grew up, well, he blew up off of acting gay. You know, as he was young, you find that shit funny. Now it's gay. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it's not funny to me. It's not funny to me no more. But I also was an Adin Ross fan, I guess. Like I like watching Adin, bro. Like Adin was cool, bro. He had celebrities on stream. Like it was cool. But I'm not gonna lie. Over the year, like just especially recently, I be seeing he be platforming a lot of weird people, like racist people and this and that, and it's throwing me the wrong way. So, like the guy he got on boxing event, like what's his? Gypsy. I don't know his name, but he's very like I don't know, bro. It's just a bad. It puts a bad taste in my mouth, bro. I don't know. I just find it weird. I just find it weird, but that's what I gotta say.
Like straight up, it's cringe, it's corny, and you'll be hearing and seeing it all. So it's really funny because when you guys hear about how it could have been like solved and it wasn't because egos and like you'll see. That's all. When you guys see it, you're just gonna laugh and be like, that's hilarious.
This was the start of a crazy blow up with Adin Ross basically throwing subliminals at Blueface, talking about legal action that's going to be taken, how he is apparently just being weird, and how it all could have been solved easily, but it's not possible because he apparently has an ego. Obviously, Twitter accounts picked this up, not even saying, hey, Adin Ross is speculating legal action. No, they all put Blueface is going to face legal action because of his comments on Adin Ross's boxing event. And this is basically one thing that everybody was talking about when it came to brand risk. So obviously, Blueface himself was going to see that eventually, and next time he sparked their stream, he had to talk about it, not having an apology, not taking back any of his comments, but doubling down on what he said about Adin Ross. And even I'm going to show you a clip before that of him mentioning how much money he made, not the exact amount, but around the range of how much he made, which is going to come into play later.
Okay. Definitely scamming. He tried to say I was drinking and getting lit. I don't even drink, chat. Definitely an excuse to make it more favorable. All the highlights was in one round. It's a 6-round fight. And if you go look at all the highlights from what everyone's posting, it all says round 6. Where's the rest of it? I took plenty losses before, chat. Boxing is the sport comes with losses. How much did I make on the fight? I ain't gonna tell you how much I made, but I'll tell you that I made over 300,000. I'll let you guess from there. And that's just for the tell you how much I made, but I'll tell you that I made over 300,000.
Got money like that? 20K? 20K? Oh no, I thought it was kind of some cheap shit. 20K? I ain't gonna lie. That's solid to me. 20K shit.
Let you guess from there, and that's just for the fight. That's not even including nothing else.
Hearing that legal action was going on online, along with the fact that everybody that's talking about Blueface in regards to brand risk is him not only losing, but apparently being salty about losing, then Adin Ross adding on to the fact, hey, all this stuff could be solved if he just didn't have an ego, followed up by clips of him seemingly having an ego, wasn't making it look good for Blueface at all, at least in the internet's standpoint. But a lot of people have a disdain for Adin Ross and a lot of the stuff that he does. When it comes to certain things like his boxing events, most people speak very highly of it. Even the people that go on there and apparently don't even like the guy. Blueface coming on here and having all of these issues and all these problems, and being one of the first fighters he's had on brand risk had these issues and these problems. A lot of people thought it had to be something deeper that was going on. There's no way out of the blue Blueface is just a target of all of this because of a couple of comments, and they can't fix any of it. There's just no way that's possible. That all boiled over until yesterday night when Whack 100 went on a crazy rant talking about what's been going on behind the scenes and how annoyed he is, along with Blueface, with Adin Ross.
Adin, I got a bet for you. I bet you can't show nowhere where Blueface said rain bet or brand risk rigged anything. You could show me 2-3 places where he said you, Adin, you as an individual are tampering with things, and I just showed you why he's thinking these things. I don't know if your partners know that you're saying these things and doing these things. Maybe you need to slow down. Maybe you're moving so fast and you know what's happening for you so fast that you feel like you untouchable, but I didn't see the untouchable get touched in this business. We're gonna call a spade a spade. January, third week of January, you couldn't bet. Rain bet, brand risk. A month later, not even 3 weeks later, March 14th, you ready to bet 180 grand with DDG. You bet 20 grand with ACK. 1 minute you saying you can't. Did the rules change from January to March, or where you said you get in trouble if you place a bet and this, that? Or was it that possibly, maybe you had possibly you had something going on? Now you wondering why Blueface is thinking you rigged the bet. You rigged the fight. So listen, never one time did he say brand risk. He said you, Adin. And I think you're a little butthurt and you trying to use the brand risk people to say brand risk is not. No, it's you. We don't mind you not paying right now. We don't trip. It just pay us more money later. We ain't tripping. My attorneys is on it, as you know. They've already back and forth. And I have Jewish friends who have told me and looked at this matter and said, my brother, you are in the right. And he had no right to make sexual advances at you. As soon as my attorney gets...
What the fuck are we talking about? What? Did I miss something? What are we talking about?
Me the green light, I will be putting up the contract. And Adin, I'm gonna put up your text messages where you were begging me to lie to the people. Tell Blueface to say this. Tell him he got money from here, and there. And
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Hey, he talking about something. He got the text messages. I don't want. Nah, no. Let me just continue. Let me just continue. I don't know something else.
And Blueface never said the amount he got paid. Actually, Academics said it, which meant it had to come from you. Because I never told Academics what Blueface got paid. You like to use your background and I guess what you are and as a bully tactic. I got friends, man, the Jason Lees, these type of people, man, they not gonna stand for you trying to make me out to be like a gay basher or something, anti-something. Nah, brother. I'm the dude on the 100 side of Clubhouse that welcomed a transgender to the floor. Transgender is my friend to this day. Shout out to Naughty. Got a lot of gay business partners, friends, so on and so forth. I am American.
Looking for a way not to pay is not a good look. I'ma get mines regardless. All he had to do was say something like, it wasn't rigged. Florida State Athletic Commission doesn't rig their fights. He could have kept his ego, tough street guy act, and said, fuck Adin, never working with brand risk again. I gave him 72 hours to fix this. He didn't. Blue, for future business, do not sign a contract agreeing to deliverables and not following through. You're the first fighter in brand risk history I've ever struggled paying. You're so unintelligent. All you had to do was retract what you said about shit being rigged, and you would have been paid in full. Take some accountability like a grown man you are. You lost. You breached your contract that you signed. That's nobody's fault but you. Do not sign and agree to a contract if you're going to breach out. That's how the law works, dummy. Everyone else got paid out quick but you because you breached. All you had to do was drop the tough guy act, retract what you said about shit being rigged, and you would have been paid in full. Never said how much I was paid. The excuses are becoming evident. Was never.
Oh, so okay, so we're trying to okay. I follow it now. Okay.
Never contracted to wear a patch. Even if I was fined $100K, that's not even half of what's owed. Talking about retract my statement. Why would I do that if I never was compensated? Further proving my point, this was bad business from the opponent, changing a week before the fight, and my original opponent still on the event. Already admitted to the crime.
Who was Blueface originally supposed to fight? His what? He's supposed to fight the racist? The original opponent is still in that
week prior. I don't want to be investigated. After WAG 100's rant went viral all over the internet, all the subliminals had stopped and they were now talking directly to each other, with Adin being under various posts showing clips from his Brandless boxing event that Blueface was speaking bad in, along with Blueface just outwardly either quote tweeting or talking bad about Adin on his Twitter as well, saying that the stuff that he's talking about never happened and that was never in his actual contract, even saying that he didn't mention the amount that he made, not the actual amount, just a range that people could guess from, and that shouldn't be a real breach in his eyes. Along with WAG 100 obviously backing him up in his video, talking bad about Adin Ross, and even showing certain screenshots which I won't really show here because they don't say anything to him.
I'm not gonna lie, the legality of that, the dude get a little. He didn't say how much he got made. He just gave a ballpark. Yeah, so I ain't gonna lie. Technically, he did it.
Important, but there definitely is some accusations of Adin trying to be funny, making jokes that a lot of people would see as weird. With all of this culminating together, and a bunch of people not taking the side of Adin anymore, and honestly being on the side of WAG 100 along with Blueface because they feel like he was being weird towards them, it all led down to one person on the internet who had connections with both of them finally getting on a call and speaking about the situation. But before that, trying to break it down as clear as possible, and that being academics.
Okay. After the performance,
I ain't gonna lie, academics, you always done some shit, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a bean. Academics always know how to stay relevant. You always know how to get himself into some relevant. I ain't gonna lie, you gotta give him. He always knows, bro.
And remember, they have brand risk logo. I mean, RainBet logos all over the place. You could tell by look even at this thumbnail right here. RainBet tells Adin, hey, listen, we're cool with paying all of the other fighters, but Blueface we're having an issue with. And Adin says why? They say to Adin, well, Blueface came out and basically accused the event of being rigged. Our whole business, motto and our whole business, engine is about people understanding that if you come to our casino, the odds are the odds. No one's fucking with nothing. And for them, that is a integral and centerpiece portion of their main business. Okay. So they withheld his pay until they could at least have Adin talk to Blueface and his people to figure out what's the medium. So I'm telling Adin, I said, well, Adin, he kind of got to get paid. The guy did his job. And he's like, well, if he never said what he said in the ring, he would have gotten paid.
The more clarification you get on the situation,
I follow it.
It seems like the easier the fix could have been. If it's just RainBet and them being upset that Blueface made a couple of statements, basically accusing them of rigging fights, then Blueface has to just come out and say, hey, it wasn't even RainBet, it was purely Adin Ross, and just point the finger at him and say that he was just talking bad about him at the end of the day as a person, as an individual, and not him as a business owner and a owner and stake in not only RainBet but also brand risk. And the situation probably could have easily been solved right there. But I understand also where RainBet is coming from, because if y'all don't know, Adin Ross again is the owner of brand risk and as a part owner of RainBet. So pointing any accusations of him rigging stuff, well, he is tied to an entire casino that is meant to not be in the same practices as other places when you go to gamble, is going to make them very upset. So any hard accusations he points at Adin Ross will probably reflect on anybody he's partnered with regardless. So him making those statements and then continuing on later on the stream to make those statements as well is causing a lot more issues than he probably thought a throwaway sentence might be. And it doesn't even stop there. It gets a lot worse.
Adin says, you know what? If you think I'm lying so much, not only will I sign a piece of paper, I'll even have RainBet sign it. I'm going to send you half of what you're supposed to get from my own bank account. I'll send it. That's the guarantee.
Did Adin actually say that? Hold on, make sure that I heard that right.
I'm going to send you half of what you're supposed to get from my own bank account. I'll send it.
Okay.
That's the guarantee that if so once you sign the paper that he's going to get on stream and say whatever, and remember, you're just saying that you never meant that RainBet is fixing fights. So Adin's going to pay him half of his personal money. And I'm like, this is a fucking great deal. Wack then says, we want a little bit more than half. He throws on like an extra, I won't say the amount, but I was like, all right, bet. I was like, fuck. But Adin's like, all right, I'll do that. So we have a deal.
Okay.
It feels like a LeBron trade, right? We have a deal, in principle. The deal is Adin's going to give half his money, half of the purse that Blueface was earned or owed to Blueface. He's going to sign this little deal thing to say, I am going to clarify that I never meant, even if I insinuated or said, that RainBet fixed my fight, and then I'll get the other half after the stream. Wack calls me back and says, we ain't doing this. All that for nothing.
Wrong sound. I ain't gonna lie. Now I don't know where it's gonna go. It's kind of interesting though. I'm keeping it to me. I'm intrigued. I wonder what's gonna happen next.
Essentially, he tells Adin, if the statement that y'all prepared for me to say, if I say that would, or if Blue says that would be killing his reputation. So they say he's.
So why you said it in the first place? Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bruh. Alright, Blue.
Says he's not doing that. I said, Wack, yo, I'm trying to get y'all money. I have no horse in the race.
It makes it more understandable after hearing academics break down what's happening behind scenes why Adin Ross in his original statement talking about the situation said it all could have been solved if someone just didn't have an ego. I showed you 1, 2, 3 clips of this man Blueface saying that he would never fight for brand risk again because he rigged fights and because he doesn't want to go through that. And obviously that's going to bring the credibility down for not only Adin Ross, but again, everybody that he is associated with. If Adin Ross is willing to pay you out of his own pocket some money to just clarify that, hey, you didn't mean that brand risk and the event is rigged, you're just saying it's Adin Ross and he is a weird person, why wouldn't you take it? All because it's going to ruin your credibility as some street guy who never backs down and does whatever he wants. Then you just don't want the money that bad, because honestly, in my eyes, that's just what it seems like. And it takes nothing to clarify a statement on stream. He streams pretty consistently nowadays, and it's not like you have to like Adin Ross. You just have to clarify this so you can get your bread and keep it pushing with your life. You don't have to speak about him, say his name anymore, or nothing like that. And if you're not willing to do that to get this large amount of money that you apparently want, then in my eyes, you just don't want it as badly as you're saying.
There's actual contractual obligations that he didn't follow, so he breached. He was supposed to wear a rainbatch patch on his shorts. He didn't, and he's gonna have to pay $100,000 for that. Breached another confidential, like he can't speak about anything, money, how much he got paid or whatnot. And we asked him to retract his statements, and he didn't. We gave him some time. We didn't want to do it. Now we're gonna do it. Yeah, we tried. We tried work.
Oh shit! I ain't gonna lie, Blueface, you done fucked up, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. You wasn't even. You was doing the most. I thought. I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was just you couldn't talk about how much you got paid. Nah, you just couldn't talk about the money at all. And you had to put something on your shorts and you didn't even do it. Hey, wait. He did something else. Hold on.
Money, how much you got? $100,000 for that. Breached another confidential, like he can't speak about anything, money, how much you got paid or whatnot. And we asked him to retract his statements, and he didn't.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, Blueface. I ain't gonna lie, gang. Look at this nigga face, bro. Look at his face, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Just. I don't think it's worth it, bro. I need my money. You spend all that training to get fined $100K, not get paid your money, and you about to get sued. Like you about to lose money for fighting. You not yo. I ain't gonna lie. All right, Blueface. All right.
We gave him some time. We didn't want to do it. Now we're gonna do it. Yeah, we tried. We tried working with him, and Whack, and they weren't really fucking with it. And they didn't want to work with us. So sucks. We tried. I literally wanted to pay him multiple times. You could ask Ack. Every fighter got paid after Brand Risk. Every fighter. Everybody's paid except him. Why? Because you can't go around saying that shit's rigged, and you can't not wear a rainbat patch on your shorts when you contractually sign an obligation. And yeah, you can't talk about how much you're paying or being paid. So yeah, it sucks because he is probably one of the worst people to ever work with when it comes to business ever.
Don't get me wrong, in this situation, I don't feel like there's any real winners. It's just straight losers because it's bringing bad PR not only to Adin Ross, but Brand Risk and everything that it represents. And Blueface making himself try to be the toughest guy and most macho man in the entire world is just not going to end up getting his money and getting clowned on the internet. Whack 100, I don't even know why he decided to step in and talk about it. He's just another side clown in the entire show. But what makes a lot of what they are saying in a sense a sort of reasonable is the fact that Adin Ross apparently had a bet going on with Academics for $10,000 in case Blueface were to lose. Now, I'm no pocket watcher, but I'm pretty sure $10,000 is not going to put a dent in Adin Ross's pockets. And when he was on stream, he even talked about he would not risk his whole integrity, his entire brand, just for 10 bands.
Is it illegal that I bet Academics on a sanctioned Florida event? No. Is it unethical? Is it something that could be looked at as like, what the fuck? Yes.
Yeah, it can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you guys could look up my net worth. You could look up how much Brand Risk is bringing in or what it's doing. And if you think that I would jeopardize and rig something over $10,000 fucking dollars, you're out of your fucking mind. Okay.
Not gonna lie, he being authentic. I ain't gonna lie, I look, believe him right here. That's true, bro. Adin might be worth upwards of 100 couple. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Let's do a little pocket watching real quick. I'm gonna keep it a beam. For some reason, my search engine was Yahoo, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't feel like looking at that. So, but it says 60. It said like 60 something mil, 60 to 100, which is what I thought it was. So yeah, risking it for no 10K.
Think, be smart. I've done this every fucking time. I'm not gonna do it anymore. Straight up, I'm not. Because I agree with you guys. It's unethical.
That's where I would have to side with Blueface and Whack 100. It's not like their reasoning for feeling like Adin Ross would win. The fight is non-existent. It's this culminated with...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's all I gotta see again. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Blueface, he sold. I'm gonna keep it being. He sold. He sold. He broke the... He was breaching the contract before he even fought. Man, I wearing on his shorts. Adin offered to give him half the bread. He told about something. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yeah, it's his full game. If he wanted his money that bad, he would have went on stream and be like, I ain't gonna lie, I mean, you know, the company was rigging it. It was Adin or something like that. Yeah, it was easy, bro. But that's my opinion, though. What you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Dropping more videos. Probably gonna drop. I'm gonna try to drop 3 in these 2 days. I'm Jaden Cool J Dub, and I'm out, bro.